I'm really hesitating about announcing this topic because I'm having a hard time. Welcome to Marriage Minutes at His Pace. And today we are going to talk about gratitude in marriage. I hope that as you are continuing to grow and process in your relationships, that you get to a point where you're able to read each other's vibes and understand each other's nuances. Your spouse really ought to be a class that you take, that you never graduate from. You should be able to study your spouse and know their ins and outs, know when they're anxious, know when they're triggered, know when they're happy, know when they're sad. And so I just want to take a moment to publicly thank my husband for studying me and knowing my craziness and knowing when I just am about to probably lose my mind up in here. I've been going through a really busy time in my life at work, and it's really got me spending more hours than I'd like and that I'm normally used to. Away from my family and away from my home and taking care of my home. I pride myself in running a pretty tight ship. And honey, this ship is spilling over, falling over, tripping over. But I just wanted to take a moment to publicly thank my husband for recognizing where I am and what my needs were. And I'm going to specifically say it. My house was a wreck. It's a wreck. It's a wreck. It's a wreck. And I woke up the other morning just so frustrated because I was like, I can't even keep my house clean. I got clothes everywhere and I'm still don't have the stuff I need from work and blah, 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 blah.
And then she walks out the door.
Because I had to keep moving. I still keep moving. But my husband read my mail emotionally, and I just want to say thank you. When I got home, he had cleaned up areas of the house that he's not even in or necessarily a part of. He washed clothes and all kind of stuff. We're not even getting into the washing clothes thing. That's another Whitehouse. We'll we're not telling anybody else that. Anyway, my husband just made my heart happy, made me smile for just a moment. And then let me tell you what it did for me. As much as I came home and was tired and wanted to just veg out, it was easy then for me to continue to kind of do stuff. Okay, well, let me put this away. Because I had a jumping off place. I had something to start off from. I wasn't so overwhelmed with that. So thank you, sweetheart, for being a great student of Rhonda White and understanding my needs and being able to step in and fill in gaps that I could not. That's all you got? I guess that's it, y'all.
No, thank you. I think, and I think we need to spend more time just as we're in this relationships to acknowledge and not take for granted little things, and, there was no cost associated to what I did. It was her love language. And so,
you can continue it. I won't be upset.
But I'm thankful that I was in a place to do that because my roles have somewhat changed and I had the time that I was able to do that. I got 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening.
Yes, you do. Hallelujah.
Anyway, but so I just felt the need to do that. And so I did what, I'm part of the house. And as much as I contribute to its dysfunction, I can contribute to its function.
Yeah.
And so
that part
right there. So
I challenge you all this week to become a better student of your spouse, understand their needs. Mark talked about love languages. We haven't talked about those in a while, but the best way to help your spouse, if you see that they're in a rough place, is to speak their love language. But I'm putting the challenge on the person who receives the love, that you stop and take a moment to be grateful to your Father who has done a wonderful job in giving you your spouse, but then acknowledge your spouse and what they have done to try to make life more simple for you. That's the challenge for you when your spouse, so I guess it's a dual challenge because the spouse has to do something to be grateful for. But when they do, your job is to shower them with an understanding and an appreciation for what they've done.
Yep. Be well and be blessed.